on the Upper West, Yellow Top Crew, CMR.
We here, Kids of Hip Hop, my boy, Upper West Side legend, your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, Bigg Dogg, my boy. It's good to get in tune with you, bro. It's been a minute. I definitely been following your shit for a grip now.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's been like keeping focused during this last year. You know what I'm saying? A lot of ups and downs, family time, things of that nature. But
Yeah.
for me, we're moving strong. You know what I'm saying? We got some real heavy stuff about to pop up. You know what I'm saying?
Gangsta, nah, it's crazy because just last summer we dropped Beware of Dog.
Yeah.
And even though that wasn't an intro tape, that shit felt like an intro to a character.
Yeah.
Like, you definitely set a setting. There's a lot of storytelling in the first couple tracks. What was like what you wanted the fans to get out of that project?
Well, I made that project in like a few months.
That's crazy.
And like, yeah, that was like a little 6 months, a little 6-7 month experiment phase that I had with my man Kev Life. And my boy Magnus Lowe, peace to him, another Upper West Side dog. He was out of town at the time.
Okay.
And so he had some beats that we had made during the start of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah, because you got a beat tape out too and shit.
Yeah. Now, he like made some beats for me.
Okay.
That I had put aside, and those joints ended up being Upper West Side Barrio, and
That's probably my
Doppelganger
favorite
joint
track.
with Afro.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite track. Or 100,000.
That's my shit. That was one of my favorites too. 100,000. Shut up, Bob Styles.
Gangsta.
But yeah, Magnus Lowe had produced a couple of joints from there. And so, yeah, after I had my child like a few days before COVID really rocked the city.
It's like 2019 around there.
Like 2020.
2020,
like,
word.
So, like literally a week before the shutdown in the city.
It's crazy.
So there was a big transition in time of, you know, how everybody was living, what I was going through. I was raising my kid during that time, and for me, everybody secluded in the city doing that, and I was just building up, you know what I'm saying? And I had a lot going on, you know, and I felt like it was time for me to get back into my zone, pen something together, you know what I'm saying? Put something together that I could give to the fans. That was my whole thing, was giving something to the fans.
Yeah.
So that they could, because I was silent for a little bit. I had a few things going on prior to that.
You felt like you owed it to the fans, basically.
Exactly, yeah, because it had been a while. So, and then I'm a person, I don't really like doing too many features.
I felt that.
Unless I'm doing features with like some of my home team.
Yeah, you got some Lord Skull features to go crazy, bro.
Right. So
Snap Buchanan joint today.
Right. Well, so look at my man, Lord Skull,
Gangsta,
the young bull from Uptown Wash Heights. But yeah, while putting this project together, I felt like I owed it to people to put something out that was kind of out of the box, and at the same time giving something, you know, just feeding the fans. And so I jumped out of my usual comfort zone and got a lot of features together.
Okay.
Shout out to everybody that was on Beware of Dog. It was a dope way we put it together. UFO Feed, Wiki, my man Renema,
Bobby Riot.
Texas Smith and Wesson. Shout out my man Riot,
Gangsta.
who also helped me put the artwork together.
Oh, that's dope.
He's like my partner. Like,
I ain't gonna lie,
you
his
can
verse.
say like we manager, produce, like how you doing? Like co-producer, things of that nature. Like he's like the guy that I always go to when we just like kind of figure out all the process together as far as the creative side.
I felt you.
For me.
I was gonna ask you, like, who's your favorite person to collaborate with?
Honestly, I don't have a favorite that I like collaborating with. I just like being in a zone where, you know, everybody could just put something dope on the table.
I felt that.
You know what I'm saying? We could cook up something marvelous. That's just really.
On some spicy shit though, like, who you think had the best verse on the tape on Beware of Dog?
Beware of Dog.
Yeah. I got my bet. I have a few candidates in my head.
Honestly, everybody did their thing. You know what I'm saying? Afro had a fire verse, man.
All
All the people that I got to feature on the project, they all did great. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to pit one against another, because they all got different styles. You know, that's why I picked everybody the way I picked them. But if I would have to say a favorite, Wiki's verse was dope. On Upper West Side Barrio. Afro's verse challenged me to go back into an old pocket that I was in. So salute the Afro, man. Shout out to all my West Coast MCs too, man. I love all that West Coast shit. Grew up on all of that. That's another big reason why I thought of Upper West Side, why I rep it the way I do, because I seen how the West Coast is repping this shit. But yeah, I think for the most part, I think it was probably Wiki verse and Afro's verse.
Word.
Will probably be like favorites of mine.
Word. Nah, yeah, because I felt like it was definitely some type of storytelling elements to the tape, especially once you get to the Upper West, to El Barrio. How would you describe, like, why is that relationship special between Upper West and the Lower?
Well, Upper West to El Barrio is the east side, not the lower, but Spanish Harlem.
Okay.
So that's why UFO Thieves on that, because UFO Thieves from Spanish Harlem. Shout out
Word.
Jefferson Pease, First Ave and all that. For me, rest in peace, Black Rob. But yeah, I think it was special for me because I have family from the east side, and growing up, like I was just telling this story recently about how what up, my boy? Peace. Yeah, I was just telling a story recently about how I used to go out to the east side with my grandparents. They used to shop on 3rd Ave and shit like that, the 99-cent store, shit like that.
Word.
And always going to the PR festival and shit like that. I had like cousins who grew up in the east side on 5th Avenue, Taft Pease. I spent a lot of time on the east. And so it was kind of funny how that record came together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had originally had different people intended on the record. It ended up coming together real well, though. But,
Facts.
Yeah, like, I felt like it would be dope to have a connection between the east side and the west side.
Word.
You know, because as much as I'm an Upper West Side dude, I did spend a lot of time on the east. Same way a lot of dudes on the east side love spending time on the west side.
That's a
fact. It's like, you can't have one without the other type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like two sides to every coin type shit.
Right.
Nah, yeah, and I felt like, especially as the tape progressed after the Tupac skit, it got like more conscious.
Yeah.
Why do you think it was important to kind of touch on, like the Tupac skit was all about like wealth and equality, for example?
Yeah, that's like the type of stuff that be running through my mind, flowing through my mind on a random. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you spending all this time going hard towards your dreams of what you're trying to achieve. You might have these moments where it's not about money and success and more about things that surround you.
Your day-to-day.
Like the poverty and things like that. Yeah, that's another reason why I rep the Upper West Side the way I do. Because I grew up in a neighborhood based on duality. You know what I'm saying? This whole separate thing between people who are rich and people who are poor. And, a lot of people won't see it from the outside looking in. You know what I'm saying? And so that was a perfect skit to add to that, you know?
It's like you experience it, you don't gotta...
Yeah,
understand.
So I just wanted to have... And then it's dope that Tupac had put it together. That was... that's always one of Tupac's biggest gifts. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you can speak about him as if he's still alive because that's how powerful his message is. That he's able to take somebody's pain or somebody's frustration, what they're going through, and make it seem like he's going through it. So it was dope how he put them words together, and I was able to put that together for a skit.
That's dope. Nah, yeah, and earlier you were saying how you take pride in being an artist from the Upper West Side specifically. Right. You kind of touched on that a little bit with just like what it means to live here and the duality that embodies the neighborhood, being one of the richest, but then also we literally in a project building right now. The rats right there, going crazy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We just like, look, El Dorado right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Barack Obama slept in them fucking buildings. Presidents, fucking Demi Moore, Bruce Willis lived in that motherfucker, and you know what I'm saying? And this building right here got some of the biggest stick-up kids in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Niggas done got clapped in front of their head before. Like, we just talked about the rats. They over here making their grand appearances. You know?
They want their feature too.
The duality here is crazy. And like I said, if you're not from here, you're not really going to understand it. You know?
You kind of have to experience it.
Right. You see, in recent time, though, a lot of the new stuff that's coming out, shout out my boy M-Row, shout out Draco B, and really the whole drill movement of the Upper West Side has had people tune into this neighborhood now. And now they're paying attention to what's going on out here because they're hearing it from a new perspective. They're not hearing it from we doing hip-hop stuff, da-da-da-da, You know how it is. That drill wave is a lot different.
I was gonna ask you, like, how do you feel about the popularity of drill? Not even within New York, but honestly on a global level.
I think drill's crazy. I I love certain parts of it.
Nah, crazy is a good
You
word.
know,
It's a wild genre. It's a wild
I
genre.
love certain parts of the drill culture, and that's because I identify with where it comes from. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
A lot of this shit comes from the youth being in the street. You know, and to me there's a big separation between the OGs and the youngins, and not just in music, but in the streets too. Like both, and not just even in the streets in life. Like a lot of the older dudes have a certain way of thinking and certain ways that they were taught, rightfully so, because of the people who are around them to give them those jewels. And I personally feel like there was a little blank space where they didn't teach the generations that were coming up after. Yeah. And they start, and there was other aspects too. You can't fully put it on the people before us. Social media,
the prison system,
the
and
music,
shit.
Not just that also
because there's a lot of OGs that's locked up.
Yeah, that also plays a role. You got social media, you got the rise of how the Chicago wave started and things like that.
Yeah, facts.
And social media helped a lot of this new stuff and a lot of ignorant ways of thinking into the city and into the youth. You know what I'm saying? Like I was 16 when I was like 16, 17 when Chief Keef and them came out.
Facts.
So I know I saw it firsthand. Like my generation was on it. Then the youngins decided that at a certain point in time they had to not imitate,
adapt to that
type of way of living. You know what I'm saying? That's why there's a big gang infestation within New York City, a lot more than what it used to be.
Facts.
We always had gangs. It's always been around. But now it's
much more prevalent.
Yeah, now it's like, you go to a neighborhood and you be around a couple people, you might not know who you're around based on, based on what affiliation they
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nice. I feel like
Yo, Boogie.
What's up?
What's good, bro?
How y'all doing? Peace. Sorry, I'm late.
Nah, you good.
Nah,
yeah, because I feel like there's always certain hoods that you would go, and you would know that if somebody lives there, it's hard for them not to be affiliated.
Right.
Like it might be difficult growing up in that neighborhood and not having some type of affiliation, but now it's becoming more prevalent.
Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, I'm from the Upper West. Like, I've been out here for years. My family's third generation. I went to IS-44. Yeah, for the people who watch this shit, if you don't know what IS-44 is, a middle school on 77th Street. And back then, that shit was fucking crazy. And I was in there with kids from Douglas.
What's the
AP.
craziest shit you seen in that middle school?
I seen grown men going to cut young niggas in that school, bro. Like, it get real, all type of gangs and shit like that. It get real over there. But point I'm making is that when I was in that school, I was in there with kids from Douglas, kids from AP, kids from Harlem. Well, otherwise, in today's generation, would never even be in the same room with each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the fact that we was all cool at a certain point, I got to witness how a lot of the, disconnect start growing within each other.
That's a fact.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I just personally feel that, I feel like how the neighborhood is now, like, it's hard to have certain unity because of what the gang culture has turned
It's
it
promoting,
into. Yeah. So, even me being an Upper West Side MC and me representing what I represent, there's certain places I can't go the same way, and it won't be the same energy, excuse me, that it was before. Like I said, I went to school with kids from Douglas. But that don't mean I can go to Douglas Projects right now because of certain affiliations or certain places that I'm from, And I'm not even a gang member.
Facts.
But it's because of where you from or who you might be cool with or what affiliation you might have to a person. You don't even got to have a gang affiliation to them.
You can just be cool with somebody.
You can just be cool
and
with
niggas
somebody
is politicking.
because you went to a certain neighborhood and, you in this place and those people from where you from might not be cool with these people over here. It might happen to you. You know what I'm saying?
You might get got.
Yeah, you might get got. And that shit is unfortunate. And that's the type of times we living in right now in the city. It's kind of spooky, but
it's just wild, though, because, like, you got even, for example, Kendrick and Baby Keem making a drill song. Like, drill, at least the product, whether it be, like,
Jersey Club, shit like that.
That shit,
Jersey Club.
It's just wild because it's so mainstream, yet at the same time, the origins are just so real. Like, people are still suffering. At the same time, people making money from it.
The sound has grown. Shout out to the artists who took this drill shit and turned it into putting real music together. Like
Cash Cobain for
like
real.
Me coming up, yeah. Shout out to Cash.
Gangsta.
Like me coming up, I was around Blanco, tell him Blanco sent you, and ATM, who helped start Winter Circle, Chef G, Sleepy Hollow. So I got the opportunity to watch them with Great John transition their sound from, you know, drill records, and diss records, and things of that nature, and kind of morph it into this global sound that they have now.
Like Sleepy new project.
Yeah,
and all
like
that.
like shout out to
crazy.
Sleepy new project
For
is
real.
crazy.
That shit fire.
Shit is crazy. And
Arguably
it's
rap
a
album of the
giant
year, for
step.
real.
That project is a giant step
It is.
from where we at now, like as far as where drill is at. Because there ain't even too much drill on that project. He took it there. It's like you don't have to do just this.
It's kind of like what Pop was doing to an extent.
Right. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. Yeah.
Would you ever make a drill song?
I got a few drill records.
What would you jack? Would you jack Food Chains a drill? I'm not sure.
I mean,
It
kind of got a drill
vibe.
vibe,
It's got a.
You know what I'm saying?
What record you jack is a drill record?
What you mean?
Like on one of yours?
I mean, I think Food Chains is a drill record.
Okay.
But that's more like a mosh pit and kind of like hype type of joint. But I got a couple of, I got a few joints that's coming soon. I don't want to talk about it too much because I'm producing a lot of my own shit now. So, yeah, I got something really huge, you know what I'm saying, on the way. Crazy shit.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about like if you have any singles or projects on the way that you can tell the people
I just
about.
dropped Forbes List on August 19th. It's out on all streaming platforms.
How was the process of making that?
I wrote that song while, like, during the pandemic. And, like, my man Jedi P, that's one of my bros, known him for many years. He moved out to LA. He's doing stuff with the clothing. Shout out Jedi. Does a lot of stuff with the clothing, does production, so he rap as well. He had sent me like a little pack.
Okay.
Was like, yo, fuck with these, you know what I'm saying? Let me know what you fuck with. And Forbes List joint always stuck out. And so I wrote the joint that day, and every day for like, I think like a week, I was just reading it over.
Yeah.
So then after that week, I memorized it. I just walk around just rapping it. And then I just forgot about that shit.
Yeah.
And I made Beware Dog.
That's crazy. So it's kind of like, it could have been on the tape easily.
Yeah.
It didn't have the same vibe, though.
I literally just forgot about the project. I forgot about the song.
Yeah.
And then I just made that project. And so, more recently, I started producing stuff that was in that element of sound.
Okay.
And so one day I'm going through my email, and I was like, oh, shit, I forgot my son sent me these beats. I said, I'm trying to go on my head. It's just, you know what I'm saying? I like to call it like the folder. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you got you got joints you'll never forget, but you just gotta like
unlock it type
you
shit.
gotta dust off the memory. Like yo,
facts.
Remember what's the fuck was that line again? So I had that shit in here, and I just kept listening to the beat for like a good 5 minutes. I was like, oh, I got it. You feel me? I just wrote it down again, and I put it together. You know what I'm saying? And it fit with the element of the project that I was already cooking up.
So is that a single?
Yeah, I would say that's
I
a
see.
single, yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm glad you revisited and invested into it because the visuals, I feel like, do a really good job at telling the story.
Gambino,
yeah, shout out Director Gambino for real. How was it working with him to get that vision?
I know Gambino for a minute. I met Gambino when we was shooting the wrap-up video for Uncle Murder in 2018. Some shit like that. 17, 18. I think it was 7. Yeah, I think it was 18. I don't remember. But I met him. He was filming it with Picture Perfect. Shout out Picture Perfect. But I met him during that time, and we had improvised one of the scenes that I was in, where we was like in a pool hall up in Dykeman.
Oh, where the billiards
like,
right there, yeah.
Yo, man, we was like 60, 70 deep. Mad people was there. Merc was there. Shout out Q-Bands, the whole ATM. Shout out Nuke, Free Nuke. He was up in there, Free Bloody. And we was improvising the scene at the pool hall where we were looking at the screen, and it would basically be Murder rapping on the screen. And he was gonna place connect that scene. Like, for me, the screen was off. And so we was like trying to improvise that scene. And me and him, like, kind of bounced the ideas off each other to put that scene together.
Yeah.
That's in that video. I think it's Wrap Up 2018. And so, you know, we connected off of that. And we always remained cool. And then I reconnected with him at a Don G's video. Shout out my man Don G's from the Bronx. Shout out Bronx Antics, my nigga Ab, my nigga BJ. All great people. You
Yes,
know what I'm
sir.
saying? So, we were shooting a video with them down in the Lower East Side. And he was the guy that was shooting the video.
Word.
So he was like, yo, what up? He's like, yo, Bigg Dogg, I remember you, bro. I was like, yeah, I remember you too, man. And we connected, we got real cool. Feel me? We ended up, you know, working on a few things after that. You know
That's
what I'm
dope.
saying? You know, we
Nah,
got a couple
yeah.
more things besides the Forbes List is coming out too.
Okay.
Or,
Cause
he good.
that
I need that element. I need that element.
Look at my G.
This shit gotta be like, I need this shit raw. I don't want this shit
You know,
to
this
be.
is my thing, so I don't like
Of
nobody
course,
fucking
of course.
getting shot.
I think the hottest building, man.
I know.
What the fuck was I about to say? Oh damn. Oh nah, yeah, cause the video looks really different from a lot of other Director Gambino. Like the aesthetic is way more tuned towards your message versus like, for example, like That's Not Go like video he dropped recently. Like, you know, it's a really different aesthetic. Like, did you guys kind of have conversations about that, or that just came about naturally?
Nah, yeah, I write my own treatments and I put my own ideas together when it comes to
Word.
concepts and videos and things of that nature. So, yeah, so when we put that together, you know what I'm saying, he was really more so going towards the type of shit that I wanted to do for it.
I got you.
Yeah.
So you
Shout
was
out
kind of
Gambino, though.
like co-directing in that sense.
Yeah, facts.
Do you have any release date for the new project? That
Not yet. Right now we're working on mix and master and things of that nature.
oh, so it's done pretty much.
Yeah, it's all self-produced too. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why it took a lot of time, and I'm still trying to wait on the release date because nobody worked on this shit but me and whoever else I got on it.
Word.
So this would be like my first time actually bringing my own full sound. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, I feel like it's gonna be a new sound of mine. You know what I'm saying?
What direction do you think it's headed?
I don't know. I don't want to talk too much about it. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit is crazy, and I don't want to. You know what I'm saying?
I bet. Say less then. We gonna stay tuned. We excited for that new project.
All right, man.
My boy, I appreciate having you.
Yeah.
It's a dope conversation.
Love, bro.
Always.
Love.
Stay up.